Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to go over an absolutely broken katana build. This build is capable of dealing thousands of damage per second, absolutely melting bosses, and if that wasn't good enough, it also deals a ton of poise damage. But before we get into that, let's get into our sponsor. AOA.com is the #1 place to buy runes, weapons, armor, or pretty much any other item in Elden Ring, and you can get 3% off by using code RAM. So getting into the build, we are using the Moonveil Katana. This weapon is wonderful, its stat requirements are quite low, it does insane damage, a ton of poise damage, has decent range, and honestly it just looks cool. It's an absolute must try in my opinion. To get it, you just have to kill the Magma Worm boss at Gale Tunnel. We will also want to use a Sacred Seal with this build. I'm going to use the basic finger seal, but you can use a different one if you prefer. If you'd like to use the same one, you can simply purchase it from the Twin Maiden Husks in the Round Table Hold. Getting into the talismans, we are going to use the Shard of Alexander because it's going to make our Ashavor do 15% more damage, and you can get it by completing Alexander's questline. Alternatively, if you're impatient, you could kill Alexander instead, and that will give you a slightly weaker version of this talisman. For the second talisman, we are going to be using the Magic Scorpion Charm, which is also going to make our Ashavor hit quite a bit harder, about 12% harder, and you can get this by completing Preceptor Celivis's questline. For the third talisman, we are going to use the Godfrey Icon because it will also increase the power of our Ashavor by a further 15%, which is extremely broken considering all of these buffs stack, and you can get this one by killing Godfrey at the Golden Lineage Evergaol in Altus Plateau. For the fourth talisman, we are going to pick up the Ritual Sword Talisman, which gives us 10% more damage when our health is full. And you can simply grab this out of the chest in the Lux Ruins after killing the boss. Now that we have all of our talismans, we are going to pick up some incantations that are really going to push this build over the edge in terms of damage. So for the incantations, we are going to grab Flame, Grant Me Strength from behind Fort Gale in Caelid, followed by Golden Vow from the Death Stench Shack in Mount Gelmir. No build is truly complete without a good Wanderer's Physic combination, and for this build I'd recommend the Intelligence Not Crystal tier, which you can pick up nearby Caria Manor, as well as the Magic Shred and Crack tier, which you can get by killing the Erdtree Avatar in Liurnia of the Lakes. For those of you wondering about stats, here are the stats I'd recommend for both the level 150 build and the level 100 build. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get into a boss fight. So I'm going to fight the Black Knife Assassin because why not, and I'm also going to use all of my buffs as you should. As you can see, he's getting absolutely melted, dying in only 3 hits. He died pretty fast, so I decided we will also fight the Bell-Bearing Hunter, but he also takes massive amounts of damage, and after just 3 hits he gets executed. I decided I would have to do Blackblade Kindred because other bosses just could not survive, and this is a boss I usually just avoid because he's pretty annoying. But let's see how this build does against him. So right off the bat you can see we are absolutely chunking his health, but he's actually going to get to move around a bit here. I'm wearing basically no armor, so I got the light load iframes, which helps an absolute ton with keeping pressure on a boss. And as you can see, we are just destroying him. And we managed to kill him while only getting hit once, but that's just because I'm bad at the game. Let me know your opinion on this build in the comments below, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below as well. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this video next. I'm sure you'll enjoy it as well.